Plado. How's it going?
How you doing?
I'm not too
bad
bad.
at all.
Not too
bad
bad.
at all.
Considering it's Sunday night, I've got
It
the
is.
dread of work tomorrow. So yeah, lovely. Can't wait. Super excited.
What time are you in work?
9:30.
Oof.
You've been working this
Yeah,
weekend?
I did. I worked Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh,
Okay.
it was. Yeah, Thursday, Friday weren't too bad. They were like fairly quiet, to be honest. And then Saturday did the same amount that we did over the past couple of days, like in one day. So
Okay.
ugh.
Fairly busy then.
Yeah, like not busy, not anything that was too much, just consistent. It was nice.
Yeah. I got excited on Friday. I came on from work. I was like, oh, the WandaVision's just come out on Disney Plus. Oh,
Yes.
another project, something else to watch. And watched the first episode. Not too bad, all right. And it came up that the second episode was there. So, they must have released like the whole season. So, watched the second episode. And then there's no third episode. They've released the first two episodes together, and then they're releasing it weekly. I'm like, what is the fucking point in that? You absolute cretins. Sort yourselves right out.
I get you. I don't mind it being weekly. It was just that there were two.
Yeah, I completely get it. If they'd have gone, right, we're releasing the first episode this week, and then it's going to be weekly, I would have gone, okay, that's fine, yeah. I've got other stuff that I can be watching anyway. The fact that they put 2 episodes on and tricked me into thinking the full season was on there really wound me up.
Yeah, it was
talk about fucking first world problems, Jesus.
No, because I watched 2 of them before work with Becca. Got home from work and was like, "Oh, pop another one on then." No.
No, you won't. I've still not finished watching Modern Family. On like season 7.
Jesus, I didn't know it had gone that long. I know it had gone for a while, but I didn't think it had gone that long.
It's still going. It's still going. It's
fucking
cancelled yet. I think there's like 10 seasons.
No.
So far, 10 or 11. And it's like 20-minute an episode. A 20-minute an episode, and there's about 23, 24 episodes in a season.
It reminds me of Malcolm in the Middle, because Malcolm in the Middle was always Sunday after tea. That's what went on.
Yeah,
it was like prime time Sky on a Sunday. So Malcolm in the Middle would go on, and then when Malcolm in the Middle like ended, it was Scrubs. It was Scrubs for a good long while. Then Modern Family. And there's been a few other bits, like there was The Middle.
Never really got into The Middle. I think I watched
it was fine.
Like, a few episodes. I think I only really started watching it, or at least the first season, because it had the janitor in from Scrubs.
Yeah.
I'll give that a watch, see what that's like. And I've honestly not heard anything about it for years.
I enjoyed the bits that I watched, but I didn't go out of my way to watch more.
Yeah. I always enjoyed Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, yeah, it was fantastic.
It was one of the very few TV series that me and my dad both really enjoyed.
Yeah, it was a family show. It was a really good family show.
Yeah, it was that. There were Scrubs. My dad always liked Scrubs. He always enjoyed Scrubs. I like Scrubs a lot. I think that was just because of Elliot.
Yeah.
He'd sit down and watch Friends, but he didn't really enjoy it that much.
liked Friends. A lot of people hate on it, but I enjoyed it. It was fine.
It is the perfect TV show to have on in the background. It's not when you're doing stuff. It's not exactly something that you have to watch every second of to understand what's going on. You can kind of just listen to it and watch it in bits and bats, which is what I do with most of my TV anyway. People keep going on about this Queen's Gambit.
Apparently it's very good.
I don't get the fascination. I will probably watch it eventually.
Yeah, apparently it's just really fucking good. It's just really well written. It's about chess.
I must have at least 2 or 3 months worth of TV to catch up on now. Like I said, I've still got another 3 or 4 seasons of Modern Family to watch. I've just finished watching Cobra Kai. I'm towards the end of the 3rd season. Yeah, I really enjoy it. But then again, I'm an absolute sucker for kind of corny 8C's films. It's just a follow on from the films. What else am I watching at the moment? Sabrina. That's okay.
Yeah,
it's a bit darker than the stuff that I usually watch.
It's fun.
Yeah,
I like it. Sort of came out of nowhere, but I watched it and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I'll tell you what I did watch the other day, and I'm absolutely gobsmacked that it is still on Netflix. Is Eddie Murphy, Delirious.
You said you've been watching some stuff, some Eddie Murphy stuff, I think.
Yeah, rewatched that again the other week, and it's really, really good. It's funny, but you can tell that it was the comedy. You can tell with a lot of the jokes that it was 40 years ago.
Yeah,
it's a lot. Well, especially the way that he talks about gay people and stuff.
Oh,
yeah. You would not get away with saying the stuff that he says in that special today. He's on about fucking Mr. T at one point, raping him, stuff like that.
Well,
but yeah, it's funny, but it's very much of a era long gone. It's yeah, it is what it is. I'm surprised that it's still on Netflix. A lot of the stuff that he says in it is a bit close to the edge.
I can't think of what I've watched this week.
Rewatched Chris Rock's most recent special yesterday.
I've never been big on Chris Rock. Everything I've seen of him, I've enjoyed, but I have never gone out of my way to watch Chris Rock stuff.
Yeah. There's a couple of jokes that he makes in his special. Thinking, if the roles were reversed and it was a white guy telling that sort of joke about a black man, they would have been cancelled. But because it's a black man telling it about white people, it kind of just gets dismissed. He spends about 10 minutes. Basically, he spends about 10 minutes making jokes about how if there's anything white in his house, he makes it so it hurts his kids, so his kids know to fear the white man. You're going, wait a fucking minute. That were opposite way around, there'd be an absolute uproar. But it's okay, I suppose. Get on with it. What else have I watched? Like I said, I watched that WandaVision. Watched the new Wonder Woman today.
I haven't seen it yet. Is it good?
It's okay. Didn't know that Wonder Woman could fly.
That was
new.
I think. Didn't know if she could just jump real good.
No, she can fly.
Oh no, yeah,
apparently.
she's the only thingy that can't. That Batman's the only thingy that can't fly. Him and Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having a discussion at work the other day with what lads that I sit with about Batman. I was saying Batman's not a superhero. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. I'm like, all right, tell me what his
No, he's a
superhero. What are his superpowers then? Go on, tell me. He's like, oh, well. I'm like, no, he's not a superhero. Shut up. He's a very rich,
he's a hero and a vigilante, and he is a hero on a super scale. But if you break him down, he's not really a superhero per se. He's a very rich man.
Me, if you're a superhero, you've got to have. There's got to be something about you that's superhuman. There is nothing about Batman that is superhuman.
But Batman is really fucking smart. Like, really fucking smart. Like, top percent of the world smart, but if you can, it's whether you consider that, like...
So what you're saying is, he's basically Bill Gates if Bill Gates could fight people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just like, no, I'm not having it. I'm not having that he's a superhero. It's ridiculous.
Well, do you class Iron Man as a superhero?
Oh. Hasn't got any superpowers.
Mm.
He's just a very, very clever engineer.
Do you class Green Lantern?
I don't know. I've never really watched. I think I watched the film years ago. Yeah, he has the ring which has powers. He controls the ring, so
yeah. But if you take the ring away, then he's just a bloke.
He's not a superhero. He's not a superhero anymore.
So do you not class Iron Man in his armor as? Because all of a sudden he can fly and he can blast shit and he can missiles.
The difference is that you could actually theoretically build an Iron Man suit that could fly. You wouldn't be able to build a ring that can do anything that your imagination thinks of.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which is, I vaguely think, is how the ring works in Green Lantern.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
What I can remember. So, yeah, because he hasn't got any super or unnatural powers, he's not a superhero. But in saying that, Batman and Iron Man are my two favourite characters out of them universes. Batman because it is more realistic, and I think why Batman's one of my favourites actually is just because of the Batman films that came out that when we were growing up.
Christopher Nolan.
The Christopher Nolan ones.
I didn't like them all that much. I enjoyed them when they came out, and the more I watch them, the more I dislike about them. They're just not. About them? I like Batman to be stupid because Batman is fucking stupid.
Is he?
He's a rich man who dresses like a bat and beats people up. He is a rich man who dresses like a fucking bat. He's a furry.
Okay.
He rocks up and beats up criminals. It is inherently fucking stupid. And the Nolan films were just like a little too serious for me.
Yeah. But yeah.
They were very good at the time they came out, and they were very good for what they were. It's just not the kind of Batman that I like. So it wasn't for me.
I don't think I've watched any other Batman stuff. Actually, the only other Batman stuff that I have watched, which was actually awful, is the George Clooney ones, and they were fucking awful.
Yes, they're bad, but I like them because of them, because they're a bit shit. I like how silly they are.
No, they're awful. I fucking hate them. Yeah, no, they're terrible. The fact that he's got nipples on his suit, stupid. For me, that one, with the ones that were out in the 60s that were like all power and all that sort of shit, they were that shit that they were good again. I think the George Clooney ones were just shit.
Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, the new Wonder Woman film is okay. It's it's watchable.
Nothing special, but a perfectly adequate waste of 2 hours.
Yeah, it's. I've always said with the, I think I've said it on the podcast before. The DC films are never that great.
No, you're right.
The TV programs are brilliant.
I still don't like the TV shows. I can't get into them.
I really
the one. Actually, no, sorry. The one that I did like was Doom Patrol. I really like Doom Patrol.
I think I've watched Doom Patrol.
It's the one with the robot man.
Yeah, I think I've watched it. I might have watched it a while back.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I tried watching. Is it Watchmen?
Yes.
That they've just re-released a TV program for.
I
think I watched a few episodes of that and didn't enjoy it.
I didn't bother. I watched the film and the film was fine. I'm not bothering with the TV show because I just don't care enough.
It's very much the program's very much like the films. The Watchmen film. It's just a bit. I don't know how to describe it. It's not weird. It's just I don't know if it's just the dialogue in it's a bit strange or how it's filmed, or it's just a bit.
Something about it is a bit off.
Yeah. I meant to carry on watching Riding with Wolves. That's a bit weird because that's from the Alien universe.
Oh yeah, you were saying.
Yeah. That's a really strange concept, and really, all the dialogue and everything's a bit strange, but it is intriguing. Yeah. Did you? How much of a chance did you get to listen to the playlist this week?
I listened to the entire thing.
I think I've listened to yours maybe 2 or 3 times the whole way through.
Yeah. All the ones that you'd sent me are songs that I have listened to. Songs that I am aware of, just songs that I've never, maybe fully gone in on.
Yeah, I thought that might have been the case with the.
I forget what put in yours.
Put ABBA in. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You also put in some Queen.
Let's have a look. Give us a minute.
Which was fine, and a lot of Gothic stuff.
Yep, 1 minute. I'm scrolling back, see if I can find it. There we go.
Let me just get up and
find. Oh yeah, put a Snail's House in there. Snail's House is a fun one.
Yeah. Which one? Let me just have a look. So Snail House. I didn't mind that one. That kind of took me back to my childhood. It's very much like Pokemon Red and Blue type of music. Yeah, it's okay. It's not something that I go out my way to listen to, but it's fine. And Somebody to Love by Queen, which is something that I've listened to 1,000,001 times. The Smashing Pumpkins, I didn't mind. It was okay.
Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins are a fantastic band. They're absolutely wonderful.
The other ones, like Powerwolf, Gauze, and the other one, I'm like, what the fuck has he got me listening to here? I feel like I should be dressed all in black, with bleach black hair, fucking nails done all black, with fucking black lipstick on.
What's wrong with that?
Felt like a right goth. Yeah, this isn't for me. This
I think Powerwolf, I don't think is your thing. That's completely fair. Ghost, however, I think there could be something there because Ghost. You look at that album cover, and then you listen to the song and they do not match up. Because the album cover is like super 100% metal, like badass, and then you listen to it and it's actually quite delicate compared.
I'll have to give it a,
and then I polished it off with Real Big Fish at the end. Real Big Fish are a fun band.
Yeah, I didn't mind that song. The one that you've just mentioned by Real Big Fish. The only issue that I had with it, though, is it felt like the way that they were singing it was very much like forced happiness. Like, you know, like in America when you walk into a store and you get the greeters and they have to be overly happy and nice. That's what that song reminded me of.
I kind of get what you mean.
They were singing it in a way that were like, yeah, this is just forced happiness.
Yeah. I like Real Big Fish though, because there's not much like, or at least to my knowledge, I am just like me and I don't know everything, but there's not like too much ska music about. So finding anything that you can is like grab onto it.
Yeah. I think with my playlist, I've gone very much like 60s and very much dad rock.
Yes.
Very much stuff that you will have heard, not necessarily listened to very much. But I seem to listen to it quite a lot.
Yes. All stuff that, other than Voodoo Child, I have listened to all of those. Don't Fear the Reaper is in my top 100, I'd say.
Never listened to Voodoo Child before. How much of Jimi Hendrix have you listened to?
0. I've never gone out of my way. If it's on, other than Voodoo Child, because I'm looking at it, and All Along the Watchtower, I could not tell you a Jimi Hendrix song.
I'll probably put some more in my next playlist for you then. There's a few songs that you will enjoy.
Yeah, out of all of those, I've just not really listened to Fortunate Son. War Pigs, I had heard but never like actively gone out my way to listen to, and then Voodoo Child I hadn't really heard. The other 3, yeah, they're regular rotation for me.
Yeah, I don't really know anything else by Boston, I don't think. And Creedence Clearwater Revival. You will have heard one or two of their other songs, but not loads of them. This not sure about Blue Oyster Cult or Kansas, but you will have heard. Oh, yeah, sorry. And you will have heard other Black Sabbath stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But you won't necessarily know that you've heard it until I play it in my next playlist for you.
Yeah, no, I quite like Black Sabbath.
Yeah, definitely put some more Jimi Hendrix in the next one for you, and potentially put some Eagles in there for you as well. There's quite a lot of Eagles stuff that you'll need.
I've when I worked at Oxfam, Derek used to put on an Eagles CD that we had. He like actively avoided selling it so he could keep playing it.
Love it. But yeah, there's a few like bands similar to that you'll know the odd song, but you won't necessarily go out your way to listen to it. Where I do, because we used to go caravanning in the weekend. Used to listen to that sort of music.
Yeah,
in the caravan, and drunk. Yeah. Tell you what's on Netflix, the Assassin's Creed film. I just noticed.
Yeah, I never watched it. I probably should because it's. I don't want to believe you. I don't. Is it one of those where it's a perfectly fine film? It's just not a good Assassin's Creed.
They got like one or two things like completely off the mark, like wrong. Or like the machines that you get into.
Yep, it's supposed to be a bed. It is not a fucking crane arm, so you can play out your fantasies in the real life too. It's
that's like the main thing that they got wrong. Apart from that, it's an okay film. So I watched recently. Mortal Engines. Have you heard of that one?
I have. I've watched it. It's good.
It's okay. It's not what I thought it was going to be. Weird, different. The only thing that it kind of reminds me of is Ready Player One. I have no idea why.
Yeah, I get you. It's just overly animated. I think that's.
Yeah. Saving Private Ryan's also on Netflix. One of my favourite films, that. Have you ever watched it?
No, I haven't. No, it's good. It's just I haven't.
It's it's phenomenal film. It's based on World War II.
Yes.
The whole premise of it is that there's four brothers, and what the US Army did in the First World War is obviously depending on where you so if one sibling died in one patrol, if one of them died in one in the war. So yeah, go and look for Private Ryan, and yeah, it's a good film. It's definitely worth watching.
Yeah,
it's one of the very few World War II films that I've rewatched because it's that good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd definitely say give that a watch over the next week or two. You'll definitely enjoy it.
I tend not to watch war films just because war doesn't interest me. But I'm always willing to. It's just I never go out of my way. Like it's never an interesting enough topic that I care.
It's less about the war, more about this group of soldiers trying to find this one person in World War II scenario.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, yeah, it's a decent film. What's your topic for this week? Have you decided?
I figured that I went through quite a phase, and I know that you didn't, because I'd know if you did. But I went through quite a phase with just watching anime non-stop. And you missed your chance, because it's too late now. It's not happening. Because people start watching anime at one very integral moment in their life, and it's exams. That's when people start watching anime. That's it. It only happens. So I started watching anime in like year 10, 11. So like when it was important to start paying attention in school, and I just didn't. Or it's college, or it's uni. Everyone hits it at one point, and if you miss it, you miss it.
Yeah, I've never watched it.
But a lot of people write it off as they go, "Oh well, it's just a cartoon. It's just," and you're right.
I wouldn't write
it's
it
like
off because
writing off. Go on.
I wouldn't write it off because it's a cartoon, because I really enjoy Rick and Morty, which is a cartoon. I think the only kind of anime stuff that I've seen is probably Dragon Ball Z. The rest of it is
standard.
probably cartoons.
Yep, baby's first anime, Dragon Ball Z. Easy entry. That and Pokemon.
I've watched Pokemon as well, but
yeah,
I would have classed that as a cartoon. What is the difference between cartoons and anime?
Anime is just it's just Japanese animation. It's a cartoon in Japan, but it's sort of based on the art style, so there's like some nuance to it, but realistically it's a Japanese cartoon.
Okay. So yeah, they're the only ones that I've watched.
Yeah, I've watched I haven't watched shitloads by any means. I watched a decent chunk of Dragon Ball Z. Like I watched like 150 episodes and Vegeta was still a bad guy, so I gave up. I watched Full Metal Alchemist, which is another here's your introduction to Japanese cartoons. Here's your one-way ticket. If you like this one, there's probably going to be something else that you're into. Because I know that I've watched quite a lot, but I just couldn't entirely forget because it's been years. Because I got into it when I was in high school. Because that's when you do. You get into it when you should be doing exams. Because it's just a way to ignore things for like 20 minutes at a time. There's Attack on Titan, which I watched season 1 of, which is just solid. It's everyone lives in this one big city with massive walls, and sometimes giants come and try and kill you.
Sounds kind of interesting.
It is. It's definitely worth giving it a watch because season 3 or 4 is out now, and like apparently dropped a huge bombshell towards the end of the series. And then you go back and look at stuff in season 1, and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yep, that all tracks. Like they're hinting at stuff 2 seasons ahead. Like proper, like earth-shattering, like bombshell of a reveal. Yeah, One Punch Man was fun. I watched season 1 of that, like pretty much when it came out. That was perfectly adequate.
What's that about?
There are superheroes in the world. There are superheroes. They're just like pretty standard. You can sign up to a superhero agency, and you will be assigned work based on your abilities. So if you're like super fucking mega strong, you'll get the big bad guys. If you're like kind of regular Joe man, maybe you'll go save a cat from a tree. The main character, One Punch Man, is just a regular fucking guy, but he exercises a lot. Like, he goes on a 25-kilometer run every day, does 1,000 push-ups, does 1,000 sit-ups, and it just makes him strong enough that he can destroy anything in a single punch.
Okay.
That's it, that's the show. I think it was for a while, I don't know if it still is.
I think I've heard of that one.
Goosey.
What's the...
but yeah, it's definitely it's worth a watch. It's dumb.
Okay. What's the one that's on Amazon Prime, the superhero thing?
The Boys.
I can't remember. Yeah, The Boys. That
One Punch Man. Yeah, One Punch Man is on Netflix, and so is Attack on Titan. Yeah, The Boys
Okay.
is fine. It's. I think it might have been treading new water when it was first written, but what if Superman was bad is not a new premise, but I like what they've done with it, so I'm not bored.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. What other anime have you watched then?
Full Metal Alchemist is the big one. That's the one that gets a lot of people in because it's an interesting concept. It's like alchemy as a concept is, oh well, the chemical properties, the chemical like compound and buildup of lead means that I should be able to transform this much lead into this much gold. Should be bam to bam. So in this world, for all intents and purposes, it's magic. You draw a fancy circle on the ground and you go, I want to turn this lead into gold. And you do it and you go, bam, and then you have gold. But you can do that to much greater extents. Like it's referred to as transmutation. So you can go, oh, I'm going to turn this clay into shaped clay. But without having to go through the effort of actually shaping it, I just use my magic powers.
Yeah.
It's very early on. It's the premise of the show. It's not spoilers. It's the entire premise of the goddamn show. Very early on, there's two boys. There's Edward and Alphonse Elric. Yep. Their mum dies.
Okay.
So they go, okay, a human's just made up of stuff. Sulfur and carbon and water. Why can't we just bring her back?
Can they bring her back? To.
No. Essentially, this is boiled down to like nothingness, but gates of hell open, and the gates of hell go, okay, if you want her back, fine. Soul for a soul. And then they rip Alphonse's body into nothingness. He gets his soul put into a suit of armor, so he can carry on living in some extent. And then it's them two traveling the world looking for a way to get Alphonse's body back.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's just interesting enough that it's very easy to get interested. It's like, that's enough of a concept that I go, I would like to know more, just know if I'm interested in it. And then you watch like 10 episodes and you go, yeah, this is fine, I'll just carry on.
Fair enough. I have to, like, once I've run out of things to watch, which, like I said before, it will be taking months and months because I've got that much to catch up on, I will probably watch some of that. I might start with Dragon Ball, and then maybe
I would not
watch that.
There are anime and manga. Manga is just a Japanese comic book, basically. Whatever. They're called shonen anime because it's Shonen Jump. Shonen Jump is the publishing company that publish a lot of these. They're the ones that just keep going, and they're more aimed at kids, but like adults fine. It's like Dragon Ball Z. It's kind of aimed at kids, but more like your early teens. They're the ones that just keep going. Like Dragon Ball Z and Naruto and Bleach. They just keep going. There's an anime called One Piece. Have you ever heard of it? One Piece.
No. I've heard of it now.
Okay.
I'm just looking at what?
One Piece is about pirates. Do you want to know how many episodes there are of One Piece? Hazard a guess. 931.
I've been far off. I would have said 1,000.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, sack that. Yeah, sack that right off.
To watch all of One Piece, all of it, It is 19,930 minutes, which is 332 hours, which in total, non-stop, practically 14 days it would take to watch all of One Piece.
I might just start with One Punch Man then.
One Punch Man it's a good one to get into. Because it's a bit weird, and it'll get you used to how Japanese things are.
Okay.
One Punch Man is solid. Also, Shingeki no Kyojin, which is Attack on Titan, is also very good. And also, there's not too much of either. So you can very easily watch a season of One Punch Man. You can watch a whole season of One Punch Man in a day if you're committed to it. Because the episodes are only like 20 minutes long, 22 minutes long. And you can just kind of keep them going, and it's easy to just carry on.
Yeah. Okay. I've added One Punch Man to my list on Netflix. The list of things to watch. That list is getting quite long, not going to lie. What else have I got on there? At the moment? Yeah, literally no other anime on there whatsoever except for One Punch Man.
Another really good one that is more difficult to find, because I think it was on Netflix for a little while, but one that it's my favourite of all time. It's one of my favourite shows of all time. It's called Gurren Lagann. It is about giant robots.
Yeah.
Well, giant mecha, should I say. And a mecha is just a robot piloted by a person. And it's just fucking wonderful. It is about humans being oppressed and living underground.
Oh, that's not the one that I'm thinking of, though. I'm just trying to think of the one that I used to watch. I'm sure it was on, like, Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon or something like that. I can never remember what it's called.
Go into slight detail. I'll probably be able to help you out. What was it about?
So the whole concept of it is that in the future there are massive robots that are manned that fight each other, and this one particular one gets sucked into a wormhole and goes back to whatever, like 2005. And this guy basically finds it in a junkyard and starts fighting.
Megas XLR.
That's the one.
Yep, it's great. It's fucking fantastic.
That's another one that I've watched.
Yeah, no, I want to rewatch it because it was good when it came out. It's still good now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Oh, no. First episodes. Bloody hell, how many seasons was it?
2 at most.
I thought it was a lot more than that. Yeah, first episode came out like the 1st of May 2004, and the last episode came out in January 2005. So it's literally on for like less than a year.
Yep. But it was a really good show. I really enjoyed it. It was stupid.
Yeah. Is that anime? Is that classed as anime?
No, it is. It's a Western cartoon.
Okay.
Also, the guy who plays Coop in that, the guy who played Coop in Megas XLR, I believe, is Dom DeLuise, who was the dad in Wizards of Waverly Place. If you ever watched that.
I did, yeah. It is. It is the same guy. Oh, very good. I'll have to see if I can find that somewhere, because that was actually really good.
I'll have a look, because I want to watch it as well.
The other really weird one that I watched that, like, no one else ever seemed to have watched in my youth, except for me, is Biker Mice from Mars.
I didn't watch it, but I am very aware of it.
Yeah, very good. I enjoyed it. I can't find that anywhere either. I'm sure that only had like 2 or 3 seasons as well.
Yeah, it probably didn't. A lot of cartoons back in the day didn't. You get a season to build up like a following. The second season, you want to make money on the toys. If you don't make money on the toys, you don't get a third season.
Just see how many seasons there are. I'm fairly certain I had like the second season on video.
Yeah.
So
Like
3 seasons.
everyone just had a miscellaneous fucking VHS of some TV show. Like my cousin had like 4 episodes of Thundercats.
I don't think I ever got into Thundercats.
Thundercats and Biker Mice from Mars were on par.
I never really watched Thundercat.
Yeah, no, it was it was fine.
Looking at the images, I imagine that it's very similar.
Yeah, it was
very similar as well.
Thundercats was like a little more serious. It was a serious cartoon that had comic relief characters.
Yeah.
Whereas Biker Mice from Mars was just kind of funny. Like comedy was baked in.
So what other anime stuff did you get into then?
Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist was the one that grabbed me. I read the Dragon Ball manga. I got like 35 of them. I think there might have been more, but I had 35 of them. I read all of those. They were wonderful. It was back like because nobody in my high school watched anime other than one guy that was in year 11 when I started in year 7. So I only talked to him like a handful of times. I watched one called Ouran High School Host Club. It's an anime for girls, but I enjoyed it. It was like I think I only managed to watch like 8 episodes because I couldn't find any more of it online. But it's about like a host club in the sense of it is a group of boys in high school who are all very pretty and will go on dates with girls to make them feel pretty. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yes, it was. But it was just funny. It was a comedy. Comedy's like slight romance, but not really.
Bit of a rom-com.
Kind of, yeah. Watched that. Google because I can't.
That can't be a regular thing in anime. Anime rom-coms.
What?
Well, anime rom-coms. How many anime rom-coms is there?
Right, it depends what you class as a rom-com, because there's things called harem animes. Like, a harem is typically one man or boy or whatever, large group of women, all fighting for his affection. And he's struggling to pick which one. So, in a sense, it is a romantic comedy. Ooh.
That's me. Just sounds like fucking porno. Not gonna lie.
No, porn's different.
How you describe that? That just sounds to me like an orgy anime program thing.
No, because they're not fucking him, they're fighting for his affection. It's different. Ooh, Kill la Kill is a good one. That is like past 10 years it came out, but it is very good. Kill la Kill. It is. The issue with anime is it's kind of difficult to explain without sounding like a fucking idiot. hey, I like this show that is about high school, but like the high school has different uniforms and there's different stars, and the more stars you have, the more powers it gives you, and the more stronger you are.
That does make you
But
sound like
it's good
a
though,
idiot.
trust me. It does. Death Note, the classic teenager anime. Boom, there it is. 100%. It is the go-to for angsty teenager.
What's it
There
about?
is a teenager whose dad is a cop. One day, he picks up a book that says Death Note on the front of it. Flips the first page, the entire first cover is just explaining how to use it. Then a demon walks up and goes, "Oh, hey, that's a Death Note and it's yours now, I guess. Write somebody's name in it. Picture their face in your head. 4 minutes and 30 seconds later, they're dead. They die of a heart attack.
That's a bit
You
weird.
can write down more specific stuff about how they die. Doesn't have to be a heart attack. But if you ever write anything in there that is too far extravagant, they will just die of a heart attack." So he starts killing serial killers whilst they're in prison.
Okay.
Because he's just trying to essentially like clean up the streets. But he's like, no, these people deserve to die. And it's like his slow descent into madness whilst his dad is trying to catch him. And there's this like super detective just referred to as L, who's also trying to catch him. And he's trying to help the police catch himself to like lure them away from the fact that it's him. It's good. It is good. It's a one season and done.
Okay. I mean, it's going to be a while before you get my review on any of these, to be fair.
Oh, yeah.
But I will watch a couple of them, see what they're like. I'm going to be honest, if they're not on like Amazon or Netflix or Now TV, I'm probably not going to watch them because I can't be bothered finding pirated copies of them and pissing about trying to get them to play on TV.
No, there used to be a website that was really good for it, but it got taken down.
I don't tend to stream stuff on like movies and stuff online. Unless it's on like Netflix or something, if I'm going to download, I'm going to like Wonder Woman. I ended up downloading it.
Yeah.
Just because it's easier. Plus my internet's crap. I know for a fact if I would have tried to stream that online, we've just buffered non-stop.
Yeah. I know my internet is solid. My internet is good. Actively good. I pay for good internet. We pay for the good internet. So like I know if I'm watching something and it's lagging, it's the fact that it's the server side, it's not my internet. Which is also kind of more annoying.
Is Becca into anime?
She is. She really likes Kill la Kill that I was talking about earlier.
Okay. Yeah, she kind of strikes me as someone that's into anime.
Yeah, we don't watch much of it, but we both enjoy it. Like, separately, we enjoy different things. Like, we both like Kill la Kill.
Okay.
We both watched I watched Gurren Lagann with her. I showed it to her, and we both like that. Just specifically with like anime, it's like a bit more decisive because like you get very different styles. There's a type of TV show that doesn't really exist in any other fashion is slice of life anime. You're just going to follow the life of like 5 schoolgirls and what they get up to on a day-to-day basis. There'll be a slight comedy factor to it, but generally it's just that's it.
It's just like 5 mates.
Yeah.
Just kind of going on, getting up, going to school, going home, chilling out.
Yeah, that's it. That's literally it.
Okay.
Another one that I liked back in the day was The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. That is about a girl who doesn't know she is God. Like, it's based around her and this club that she started in high school that's all about, like, supernatural stuff going on. And then, like, the main character is talking to one of the other guys in this club, and he's like, yeah, so what's this all about? Why is this stuff going on? And he goes, oh, yeah, she's God and doesn't know it, but because she wants this shit to exist, it does. So, like, one of the girls in the club is an android. One of the other guys has magic powers because she finds it interesting.
Fair enough. That does actually sound quite interesting, to be fair.
Yeah, it's really well animated as well. Like, one thing that can save, like, an anime that's kind of, like, teetering on the edge of being interesting is if it just looks really pretty.
Yeah.
Like, Dragon Ball Z is nothing really to look at. It is functional. Half of the fights are two people stood on opposite ends of a thing. The fighting is not very in-depth. Kill la Kill, on the other hand, is very in-depth. Like, the animation in that is beautiful. They save the budget for when they need it.
Okay. Oh, should there's like is there any anime games?
Yes.
No, there's Dragon Ball Z games, but
Yep, there are Dragon Ball Z games. I'm pretty sure there's a Kill la Kill game. And although it's like on the fence whether it is an anime or not, there's an Avatar, The Legend of Korra video game made by Platinum that was pretty alright. It wasn't anything special. They didn't have the budget to do anything special with it, but it was fine. There is Code Vein that isn't based off an actual anime, but it is Japanese and it is in the art style. It is a vampire game. It's pretty fun. It's like Dark Souls, but faster and with vampires.
okay.
Like, honestly, I thought this would have been a brief conversation because it was like, oh yeah, you aren't into it. Here's why. Like, it's kind of vaguely interesting, but no, like, you've opened up a can of worms because anime is like a whole thing. I'm not nearly as into it as I used to be, but I'm still like peripherally aware.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just trying to think of questions to ask about it because I know that you are interested, but it's not something that you do all the time, is it? Watch all the time, I should say.
No. Well, let's get back into it because I go through like waves. Well, I'm just going to watch regular TV shows. I'm going to get really back into cartoons. Oh no, anime again now.
Yeah. I still can't.
The downside of anime is it.
Go on, sorry. I was just going to say, go on. How you going?
The downside of anime is it's like literally impossible to keep on top of. It's impossible. Like, honestly, in some countries, it's impossible to get a hold of. Just because the publishing companies don't send it places. Like, I can't remember what country it was, but there were a load of voice actors, like anime voice actors, like English dubs and stuff, that were properly going off on Twitter on people like pirating anime. And someone tweeted at him, was like, "Oh, well, I live in Sweden, and it doesn't come out over here. So what do you want me to do?" And they replied back by just saying, "Oh, well, just support the official release, just buy it." And they replied again, going saying, "It doesn't come out over here. It does. Just imagine if a film just didn't come out here." And then, like, one of the actors was like, "Oh, well, it's not for you then."
Yeah, you'd be well pissed off, wouldn't you? You'd be like, the new Avengers came out, and you're going, I can't fucking watch that over here. I can't go to the cinema and watch it. And they're going, well, you need to watch it. And I'm going, I can't fucking watch it. It's not released over here, you mental bastard.
And then like, just like, Robert Downey Jr. comes up to your face and goes, well, you don't get to watch it then.
I go, no, look you and your high heels, you little bitch. That's one of the things about Robert Downey Jr. that he had in his contract. Because he was one of the first films that came out in the Avengers, like the Marvel universe, that he got to be as tall as all the other characters, or like a similar height. So there's a lot of scenes where he's either stood on a box, animated to be taller, or wearing platform shoes to be as tall as the people that are around him. Which is hilarious.
Yeah, that's that's funny.
I love finding out little like trivia bits about like the Avengers and stuff like that, like the films. You know, in like Thor Ragnarok.
Yes.
When Thor first meets the Hulk, and he shouts, "Don't worry, I know him. He's a guy from work."
Yes, that was written by a fan.
That was written by a kid that was actually on set that day. He got to go on Make-A-Wish Foundation. There's like loads of little stuff like that with like Avengers. In the first Avengers film, when Robbie Downey Jr. goes, "Oh, that guy's playing whatever game."
Yes, Gallagher. Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't actually playing the game. They animated that in. Stuff like that. It just ad-libbed it. The fact that they weren't allowed food on set either. And they were like shooting and stuff. And throughout the first Avengers, it's like Robbie Downey Jr. just offering out like grapes and shit.
What a bastard. Blueberry?
No. Yeah, that blueberry. It's the blueberry scene. He's not supposed to have food in that scene. But he just took it on anyway.
Because he's Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. You watched his new film, the Dr. Dolittle film?
No, I haven't watched it.
Neither have I. I don't think I'm going to either.
I've heard from people who've seen the original that it's good.
Okay. That's fair enough. He's got a few animals himself, hasn't he, Robbie Downey Jr.? He's got like alpacas and stuff in his back garden.
I don't keep track of celebrities. I will follow them on Twitter, and that's the extent of my existence with celebrities as a whole.
Yeah, the only reason I know that is because I tend to go down rabbit holes on Facebook.
Yeah.
I watch a video and then it's like, yeah, next video, and then all of
a
sudden I'm watching Robbie Downey Jr. show fucking James Corden, his alpacas in his back garden. I'm like, what am I doing? Yeah, fair enough. I might have to give anime a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start with One Punch Man.
One Punch Man is very watchable, and you'll get used to because you'll watch One Punch Man, and you'll recognize stuff like you'll be like, oh, this is kind of similar to Dragon Ball Z in whatever way.
Yeah,
but the One Punch Man is kind of taking the piss out of Dragon Ball Z and other like shonen anime because they're ridiculous and they're so formulaic that this one kind of mixes it up a bit, but in a fun way.
Okay. It does sound kind of interesting. What are your plans for the next playlist that you're going to make for me?
I'm not sure. I'll figure something out. I'm just trying to figure out, like, if I am going to, like, half go for a theme, what theme do I go for?
think I'm going to go off the theme of, have you heard of this artist, and this artist? And you go, yes, I'm vaguely aware of them. I only know these songs from them artists.
I think what I'm going to do this time, I think I'm going to go more out there. Like, I'm going to pick 5 or 6 properly out there that I know you will not have heard of. Or if you have heard of them, you've heard, like, maybe one song. But, like, properly drastically different.
Okay. I might just do, like, a cover version one for you, then. I listen to, like, a lot of, like, acoustic covers.
Yeah.
There are quite a few that I listen to, because I've got Apple Music and Spotify now. Both like acoustic covers. There's no crossover with the songs.
Okay.
So I've got a lot to choose from.
Oh, there's a... Sorry, go on.
There's Fleetwood Mac cover of their song Dreams that I really like. I'm a massive Fleetwood Mac fan. And I'd say that it's as good as the original. It's brilliant.
I don't think I've ever actively listened to Fleetwood Mac. I could not name you a song.
If you listen to Fleetwood Mac, obviously do it this week. Fleetwood Mac, the Rumours album. You will know most of the songs off that album without realising that you know it. And it is by far one of the best albums that has ever been made. It's a phenomenal album.
Might give it a go.
Yeah. I know that you'll know it's not Dreams, it's one of the other ones, because it's the song that plays in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 when Chris Pratt fights his dad. That's Fleetwood Mac. That's off that album. But yeah, give Rumours a listen to this week. It's a brilliant album.
Yeah, I need to have because I listen to... I use my daily mixes a lot, so a lot of the time, like, I get a lot of the same music on repeat daily that I'm not necessarily majorly into, but because I just listen to the daily mixes, it just repeats. Like, in the past 2 years, on my yearly review, I have had a song in there that I really don't care for. It's just I've never skipped it.
Yeah.
Because it's not long enough or annoying enough for me to want to skip it.
I think that's the difference between what we listen to. I will go out my way to listen to an album.
I've started doing that again. I've started getting back into album listening because you do get more of a story.
If you want, instead of we could do it one of 2 ways. We could either do a playlist and an album each week, or we could do alternate, do a playlist 1 week and an album the week after.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll do an album this week.
Right, listen to Fleetwood Mac, Rumours. It was easy enough.
I'll have a proper think because there's a few albums that I like. Because I could give you an easy one like Gorillaz Demon Days. That's a wonderful, wonderful album, but I'll have a proper think. I'll let you know tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's where our music's definitely going to differ.
Yes.
There's like quite a few rap albums that I listen to. I know for a fact that you don't really listen to any rap music after like the 1990s.
Nope, you're right.
There's at least 2 J. Cole albums that have been released over the last 10 years that are brilliant. There's the Jay-Z and Kanye West album. Watch the Throne. It's a brilliant album. Yeah, there's a lot of them that I can recommend. I just don't know if you'll enjoy them, but you'll definitely enjoy Fleetwood Mac. I think that the Rumours album, I think I've had at least 4 or 5 songs on that album in my yearly mix for like the last 5 years. I've had it in this year's Spotify playlist, and then before that I was on Apple Music for like 4 or 5 years. And that album always, quite a few songs from that album always crop up in my end of year playlist. So
there is always undoubtedly at least 2 songs from the Shrek 2 soundtrack in mine.
okay. I don't know how I feel about
Fucking
that.
love Shrek 2. The Shrek 2 soundtrack is perfect. I will just... That's your fucking listening for this week. The Shrek 2 soundtrack, it's on Spotify. Just search it.
Fuck's sake. I give you one of the best albums. I give you one of the best albums that's ever been made, and you give me the fucking Shrek 2 soundtrack.
Listen to it. It's goddamn perfect. You can't fault it.
When we do this fucking
You cannot point at a single goddamn fucking song and tell me it's not absolutely perfect.
I guarantee you I fucking will do. I'll Google that shit right now.
Do it.
Okay, I'm fucking doing it now. And if they're not all absolute bangers, then you're a shit house.
Accidentally in Love. Already. Perfect. Great song. Changes. David Bowie.
Well, there's a lot of songs on here that I can't listen to because Spotify don't have the rights for it.
God fucking damn it. Right, you'll get a different one then.
Give me a minute. Might be able to get it on Apple Music. No, that's even fucking worse.
I'll figure out another goddamn album. It's fine.
Yeah, you will do. Yeah. Oh, God. So what are your plans for the next week then? What days are you working?
Next week? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Once again, we'll be doing delivery this week.
Ooh,
so I'll be able to sell booze as well, which is nice.
This Crafty Beggars, yeah.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
So delivery from next week, that'll be fun. Ordering, I think.
Okay.
Not my preferred one, but it's the one we're on.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look. Why are you on that one and not just like one of the main ones?
The rates are better. And also, they guarantee better advertisement, even though they guarantee better advertisement, even though they fail to advertise on what they already have. It's a whole ordeal. It is not my preferred one. It's just the one we've gone for because the rates are better. And even if it only just bumps up the sales a little bit, it's beneficial.
Okay. That sounds incredibly boring.
But also, apparently from next week, we'll just be doing regular... Like, you can ring up and ask for delivery as well, because one of the bosses is going to be running stuff.
What booze are you doing at the moment?
We'll be buying stuff in. Like, we've got cans, and we'll also be doing growlers of takeaway beer.
Okay,
we've got Prava, we've got Budvar. We will be getting a few pale ones on. Hopefully a porter.
Okay. Fair enough. Oh, fucking hell,
What are your plans for the week? It is 11.
It is, isn't it? I don't have any. I really don't. Don't know if there's even any football on. If there's any decent football on, I might watch that. Oh, Conor McGregor's fighting on Saturday night. Probably watch that. There's some UFC on last night, which I watched. Which was good. Apart from watching the UFC next Saturday, potentially football, nothing really. It cracks me up because people are going, "Oh, lockdown, you can't really do anything." I'm like, yeah, my life really hasn't changed at all. This is all I do anyway.
No, same.
Literally get up in the morning, go to work, come home, watch something on TV. That's my Monday to Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, I'm either going back to my mum's and my dad's or watching sports and playing on my PlayStation. That's literally it. But luckily for me, I get paid on Wednesday. Hey,
I get paid tomorrow, and it's my first actual wage payday since lockdown. So it's my first week off of furlough. So hopefully it's a good one.
okay. Right. Have you got anything else to talk about, or is that it?
No, I think we're there.
That's it. Right. Well.
Yeah.
See you later.
See you later. Ta-ra.